Hi everybody. Had a few questions about keeping fit, keeping mobile in between the classes, because obviously one class a week is not enough for your body, for you to feel better, feel mobile, feel stronger. So I've got a quick class here that you can hopefully find 15-20 minutes a few times a week just to keep you moving and feeling well, looking after your body. So here goes. Hope everybody's okay. Okay, so how we're going to start, we're going to come into squats. So as we do, standing nice and tall, we're going to come into that squat position. The arms are coming to the side of the head, feet are hip distance apart, and we're going for 10 of these. Reach away with the fingertips. So the fingertips and the tailbone should be as far away from each other as possible. The weight of the body is into the heels. You should be able to raise your toes up. And imagine you're going to sit on a chair, but you don't quite sit down. Push through the heels, squeeze the glutes to come up to standing. And as you know, I can't count. I'm guessing 4 more. Okay, if you want to do more, do 2 sets of everything. And the last one, I want you to stay down, hold it there, and pulse for 10. So little movements, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay down, take your arms across your chest, hips nice and low, and we're going to tap out to the side. So really working into the glutes, working into the hips as well. Hips as still as you can. I'm not putting my weight on that leg, so I'm extending it out. Halfway there. This is really speed Pilates. 3, 2, and 1. Back in, slowly up. Float those arms forward, and we're coming straight into bow and arrow arms. Just a reminder, drawing back and forward. Okay, few warm up ones, and then we're going to raise the knee. We're going to do 4 on their own. Soften the knees. You draw back with that elbow, and the next one, raise the foot off the floor. If you're a bit wobbly, just take the weight out of that leg. So keep the toe on the floor and drawing back. If you can, raise that knee, soften the supporting leg. So we're working into the core, hip flex the shoulders, good for your coordination, really good for your concentration. 4 more. Keep those hips level. 2, and 1, and released. Top of your mat, and straight into roll down. So we're actually going to take the arms out to the side and above the head before we start. We're going into a full body stretch, and then we're going to curl over, curl as far as you can with the spine, and then it's a hinge from the hips, so then my tummy's coming towards my thighs, and relax in this position at the top of your head, come towards the floor and feel that stretch into the neck, relax into the arms, soften the legs, feel a stretch into the hamstrings. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, reconnect with the core by drawing up through the pelvic floor. Restack the spine 1 vertebra at a time. And the head is the last thing to come up. If nothing else, do these every day. Breath in, breathe out. Chin to chest. Don't lose that mobility, don't lose that strength. Really hard to get it back, and all the way down. Hold it there. Breath in. Breathe out. Restack the spine. Head is the last thing to come up. And the last one. Breath in. Breathe out. Chin to chest. Into that forward fold position. Now try and get closer to the floor. Hold it there. Hold it. And then we're going to very slowly walk out to that plank position. So small movements with the hands. Switch the core on by drawing up to the pelvic floor. Try to stop the hips swinging. Then we're going to lower the hips, Nice and long through the neck, so my gaze is just in front of my fingertips. And we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring those knees in. Keep the toes curled under, and we're going to come into a knee hover position. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. Curl the toes, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, push through the hands, raise the knees up and hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower. Take a breath, and we're going to do one more set of those. Breath in, breathe out, and up. Hold it just off the floor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower. Flatten those feet out if you can. Knees are hip distance apart, hands are shoulder width apart. Take a breath in, and we're going to side cat, happy cat. So as you breathe in, curl up towards the ceiling, drop the head down, push through the hands. And as you exhale, chest comes down, head comes forwards and upward, push through the hands. Raise that head up. Let's go again. Curling up as you breathe in. Really important to inflate the lungs, perhaps separate the vertebrae. And out. And the last one. Coming up. And exhale. Okay. That nice flat back. And you should wag your tail. Ooh. Always feels good. And relief. Rest. Hand to the side of your head. Open out. And head. Take your elbow towards the other elbow, so you get some rotation through the spine. So it's like a mini thread the needle, really helping mobilize the spine in as many different directions as we can. And the last one. And release, change sides, hands to the side of your head, open out through the chest, and rotate elbow to elbow. Still breathing. And the last one. And release. Remember, feet flat on the floor, coming straight into bird dog. So working into the shoulders, the hips, strengthening the back line. So breath in. And as you breathe out, opposite arm to leg, along the mat, reach away, push through the supporting hand, hold it, slowly back to all fours. Change sides. You've got an imaginary line between your hands and legs running down the centre. I want you to keep your weight over that line. Hips facing forwards. Push through that supporting hand. If you want to add on to this, just raise that back foot off the floor. So it's a little bit more of a balance. Challenge in the core. And it's up to you. Couple more of these. Reach away with the fingers, reach away with the toes. One more each side. Again, working into the shoulders, working into the hips, strengthening, as well as mobilizing. And the last one. And release. Okay, onto your bottoms. Extend those legs forward. Try and relax through the legs. If you can, I want your shoulders in line with your sitting bones, in line with your ears. If you struggle and you're here, either put a cushion underneath your bottom or bring your feet up onto the mat. That just helps with the hips. So sometimes it's not even your hamstrings that is causing this. It can be a hip issue. So what I want you to do, float those arms forward. We're going to take a stretch. So it's a hinge from the hips. Come back onto the sitting bones, and then we're going to C-curl the spine. Take the mat with me. Keep the chin away from the chest. Curl that spine. Back, up onto the sitting bones. and reaching forward. Slowly, back to sitting, C-curl. You can do this with your feet on the mat as well. I'm going for 5 of these. Reach and back. Still breathing. And C-curl. Go as low as you can, keeping the hips level. And go for one more. And back up to sitting. Okay, from there, I want you to roll all the way down to the mat. All the way down, put some tension in the legs. All the way down. Arms come up and over the head into a full body stretch, which feels good any time of day. And then slowly bring your feet up to your bottom. Take your arms above your chest. So arms come towards me, knees are in the opposite direction, gently pressing those knees towards the floor. So mobility through the spine and into the hips as well. Change sides. So use your core, not pulling on your back. Reach away with the fingertips as well. If you've got lower back issues, this is a brilliant release. Okay, one more each side. Side and back to the center. Okay, hands onto your tummy. We're going to come straight into the clock. So we're going to tilt the pelvis. So as if we're rolling that imaginary marble towards your tummy button, which is 12 o'clock, and then rolling it away towards your pubic bone, which is 6 o'clock. Relax through the neck, relax through the shoulders. We're looking for a smooth flowing motion, keeping the knees as still as you can. Again, if you've got lower back issues, this is a lovely release. One more. Take the marble to the middle of the tummy. Now roll the marble from 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock, so it's a sideways tilt. You'll find the butt cheek raising up as you do this. Again, try and keep the knees still, so it's just the hips that are doing the work. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, back to the center. Float those arms above the chest. Feet to hip distance apart. We're going to come straight into a bridge. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, tip the pelvis, push through the heels, peel the spine off the mat, raise those hips up, keep the chest down, but raise the hips up, squeeze the glutes, and slowly down. So strengthening through the glutes, strengthening the back line, mobilizing the spine. Let's go again. So tip that pelvis, push through the heels, and raise up. If you struggle tipping your pelvis, if you've got lower back issues, it's a straight lift up of the hips and no tilting. So we're going for 5 of these, and I want you to stay up on the 5th one. Make sure those hips are level. If in doubt, put your hands onto your hips. And the last one. Hold it there. Okay, from here, we're going to hip drop. So one hip's coming down towards the floor, level the hips off, squeeze the glutes, and change sides. So mobilizing again through the hips, through the spine, really strengthening the glutes. Push. 4 more. Okay, make sure you level off and drop. Squeeze and drop. Squeeze. Last 2. And the last one. And release. Okay, all the way down to the mat. hug one knee into the chest, bring the second one to join it, and just hug them off and just gently rock from side to side. Okay, keep one knee into the chest, extend the other one along the mat, so you open out through the hip flexor, squeeze the knee to the chest, hand behind the thigh. If you haven't got sciatica, I want you to flex the foot. If you have, bend both legs and relax the feet. And what we're going to do is push that heel up towards the ceiling, feel that stretch into the hamstrings, and relax. And again, reach and relax. And the last time, reach and relax. Okay, change legs. Extend that one along the mat. Hug the other knee into the chest. Extend that straight leg, hands behind the thigh, flex the foot, push that heel towards the ceiling and relax. And again, reach up and relax. And the last one. And relax. Okay, 2 feet to the mat. Slowly roll onto your sides, push yourself up. And the last exercise, I want you to sit into straddle. Again, if you struggle in this position, you can either bend the knees, put a cushion underneath your bottom, and you should float your arms to the side. We're going to rotate and reach. Opposite little finger to little toe and reach. Good one to really good one to practice, getting good mobility through the hips, through the spine, working into those hamstrings as well. Sitting nice and tall. I'm just going for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Okay, bring those legs in. Feet together, knees apart, hands onto the feet. Very gently drop the head down and gently pull on the legs and take your weight forward. So again, feel it in inner thighs, feel it into the hips, drop the head down. Also, it's stretching the fascia, that's the connective tissue at the back of the spine. Hold it there and release into cross-leg position. Sitting nice and tall. 2 deep breaths in, breathing in, reaching up. And as you exhale, take those hands wide, spread those fingers really wide. And again, breathing in, reaching up, and exhale. Okay, speed Pilates class to do in between your live classes. So I hope you enjoy that and keep going. We'll see some real improvements. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.